I'm ready for a big pump. Are you? This is my favorite uncle. What's his favorite coin? Ethereum. Why? Ethereum just turned 10. Happy birthday to Ethereum. Next stop, $3,200. Ethereum is starting to show some strength, friends. It's very, very, very nice to see. I think Ethereum deserves some Cranky G music because it's been a while. You want to know something interesting, friends? My favorite uncle, Uncle Peter Schiff, okay? He was on a panel once, and everybody there was bullish Bitcoin. And he says, the contrarian in me means I'm just going to be bullish on Ethereum. Now, the ETH BTC ratio was higher. It was like 3x higher than he. But it's just interesting, right? If you're always a contrarian, you're not going to get far. You can't like always say, oh, everybody sucks. Everything sucks. No, man. There's things that are embedded in culture that are pretty good principles to live by. You know, like, oh, everybody's drinking water. I'm not going to drink that. That sucks. You can't live your life like that. So what does it take for us to win? Well, look at our beautiful uncle, Uncle Peter Schiff, okay? Favorite uncle, right? Next to Uncle Bobby Lucas. So crypto, is it really contrarian? Yeah, all of it. All of it is. Most of the world is not in. Crypto's market cap is only around 3 trillion. I believe we're going to 10 trillion. Just my guess, just my hunch, just my hope. The rest of the world is still stuck in bonds. They're stuck in Johnson & Johnson baby bum powder stocks. They're stuck in gold. They're stuck in trash stable coins, not earning yield. So crypto adoption is here to crank, okay? We're here to believe in something. And you can see on the total crypto market cap right here, friends, my dream is that we do go to 10 trillion. We need the cycle to keep playing out as it is. We don't actually need anything else new. We got the Donald Trump approves, his kids approve, Paulie Boot Atkins, the CFTC dude, everyone is in here. They got Bitcoin treasury bubble happening. We got crypto IPO bubble happening. We definitely have a meme coin super cycle already happening, and we've got a stable coin super cycle happening. So we literally have everything covered. Why aren't we higher? We just got to wait, man. We just got to wait. Look at this cute picture I made. This is me in a Pikachu hat, and this is Richard Hart. How cute is that, friends? So I want to remind you, okay, for all those, there's a lot of people getting upset. They're crying in the casino. Look, man, you are not actually frustrated at Richard Hart. You are just upset that the business cycle has had its worst performance in 45 years. That's what you're actually upset about, okay? Richard doesn't control this business cycle, all right? Yeah, so look at this. We have had, now, we have hit way lower numbers, but this has been going down for 31 months. Pretty much, we've been bleeding for a very long time. Usually in the past, we get a collapse and they print money and they cut rates and everything is able to boom. The GFC happened here. This was a big, terrifying one. This is the Bitcoin tech bubble burst, right? And it came back up. You want to check this out, friends? Yeah, this was what, like 35 months, 34 months. So we're like, by the way, this had a rocketing above 52. So you had a mini alt season here, but you know, crypto wasn't even around here, right? So yeah, it's been 31 months. That's actually what you're upset about, just so we can clarify things. Because you really have to know yourself. Another thing, you are not really believing that PulseChain failed. I've been seeing a lot of people crying and coping and stuff. Hey, you don't actually think it's failed. You've just noticed that it's been 31 months since the PMI data was above 52. So remember, the manufacturing PMI is just a health check on the economy of where we are in the business cycle. It's a survey done. When we are 52 pinged, I noticed, this is me, and yes, I've got a Pokeball here to catch you. I've noticed when we hit 52 that friendship and kindness happens in altcoins. And that's actually what's happened in the past, okay? Who made this formula up? Me. I made the formula up. Nowhere else do we hear of anything like this. Now, if you're a believer in cryptocurrency industry like we are, you're just here to hold forever and pray that things get better. But, you know, it's been going for a very, very, very long time. We're overdue. In fact, I mean, like 3 out of 3 times, the crypto cycle topped out for altcoins exactly 12 months after the Bitcoin halving on the month. 12 months, exactly. Okay. So we had a Bitcoin halvening the last time we had in 2020, right? It was in May 2020. And then literally Dogecoin mania peaked May 2021. That was the peak of altcoins. We had our Bitcoin halvening April 2024. We are literally still going down. So obviously something is different in this cycle. There's been a debt rollover delay. They haven't really done all the cranking yet, have they? Well, that's why we're here to believe. It's a believer's cycle through and through. So you are not a genius who just discovered that PulseChain doesn't correlate to Ethereum. So friends, I coined the term Slingshot Leverage. Yeah? No, that does not exist. I made the term Slingshot Leverage. Yeah? Yeah, what happens with a slingshot? You get pulled back first. And I said PulseChain is a slingshot leverage on Ethereum, which it is, which all altcoins are. But what Copas do is, because I feel like it's hard on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm giving you the highest value content in crypto, and your brain's not computing it. So there's something wrong with you. There's not something wrong with me because this works. Because what I've seen some people doing is, there's a few people in guilt. This shit comes up on my Twitter feed. I don't know whether to laugh or cry. They will literally show a 24-hour reading of Pulse's price action and then Ethereum. And Ethereum might be like plus 2% and Pulse will be like down 4%. 1 day screenshot. And they'll go, oh, it doesn't work. That's stupid. This slingshot leverage doesn't work. I don't know whether to laugh or cry when I see soy boy copas like this who literally pick and choose stuff. I don't know. Maybe English isn't your first language, or maybe you are just retardio. I don't know. Okay, but there's no excuses. It is a slingshot. You don't know when it's going to be pulled back. We are waiting for the moment when Ethereum clears its magical price catalyst, which we don't know what it is. If we did know what price Ethereum had to clear for PulseChain or Rocket or any altcoin, you would never need to long-term invest, would you? You would literally just sit on your hands and just buy as soon as the price clears, wouldn't you? Yes, that's exactly what people will do. But we don't have, thousands of millionaires out here who are able to consistently do this. They're buying false breakouts or they're getting gypped on the retracements. This is the Pulse ETH ratio. We might find that as Ethereum clears. I'm just guessing 3,800, total guessing. I was hoping it was 3K, 4K. I don't know. I've told you I don't know any step of the way. It is what it is, okay? One day in the future, by the way, which I know it's hard to believe now, there will be a cycle where like Ethereum doesn't need to go more than 50% of its all-time high, right? Halfway back to the all-time high recovery, and altcoins are moving up already. We'll probably have some distant world where this actually occurs, and it will shock everyone, right? Because they'll think, they'll probably have PTSD from this cycle where they go, oh, altcoins never move, so I'm never going to touch them. And the next cycle, you only have strong hands from the bear market, like literally only strong hands, and none of the weak hands buy early. So they think, let's say Ethereum peaks at whatever, $12,000. So then in 2029, people think, oh yeah, I don't have to touch altcoins until Ethereum breaks 12K. But we might find an alt season happens when Bitcoin's only like 6K. And it catches them off guard. So this is the Pulse ETH ratio. Yes, it's horrific. Yes, it's down 90% plus. What do you do, man? Hopefully it all turns around. So like I said, you're not a genius who just discovered that the correlation doesn't work. You are a low time frame soy boy suffering because you refuse to watch the highest value content in crypto, which you are watching right now. So friends, this is how I navigate stuff like this, because like I'm giving you this gift. Aren't you glad you get to see someone like me where all these pebbles are thrown at my thesis and my belief and my strength, and I just palm them off? Yep, I'm literally unfazed. I do not lose sleep over these cucks at all. That's what keeps you convicted. It's like, friends, how do you think Warren Buffett made it through all the big 50% crashes and recessions and stuff out here? He literally had every news anchor, news journalist, every media person, TV, newspapers saying that the world is over, it's all crap, and these things are never going to recover. Right? And he's like saying, nah, I'll be fine. I'm just going to keep holding. You get it? Right? If you want the highest returns, you have to sit through this, which is, it's unfortunate, but this is what we're doing, right? So if none of this works out, I'm selling my PulseChain at sacrifice price. Thank you, sir, Mr. UFO Nut. I love your username as well. Made this picture of me, man. I'm telling you now, artificial intelligence ain't so artificial. Maybe we're the artificial intelligence. Maybe it's just going to be really good. Look at this, man. That's gold. It's literally your friend Somjeet. It's literally an Indian version of me, right? Literally an Indian version of me. Man, it's so good. It even knows how to do the blurry backgrounds. Wow, I love the costume. How wild is that? Man, I'm just this thing, my mind's blowing. But, you know, there's our mind being blown. Like, yeah, AI is worth a lot. Yeah, there's that part. But then there's the euphoria part, which we're waiting for, which is people giving $100 billion valuations to like an AI company, which, you know, hasn't really proven itself, which we're waiting for. Common question I get asked. How high is PulseChain going? Oh, yeah. Is Randy Boo? PulseChain is going to pump hard. So remember, still gate kept everywhere. Remember, friends, you can buy any of these networks. If you want to buy BNB, you want to buy XRP, Cordanzo, you can. We're all punting on the same thing. It's just that when I look at, for example, BNB, I'll just show you it now. BNB, friends, look at the BNB ETH ratio. Okay. Now, see, I know when you trade, you love trading this stuff, but what I'm looking at is BNB, this is where its peak was in 2021. Okay. It went above its all-time high by 30%. Now it's just like 18% to the bottom. So for BNB, it's at 60% to the all-time high. You know, I'm not saying it's going to stop there. I'm just saying, like, look at the numbers we're dealing with, man. 60% and 20%. PulseChain is 1,000% upside because it's ravaged so low and it's thin liquidity. Yeah, I'm looking for asymmetric upside. There are many people where they like buying charts like this. You know, just be careful because BNB is a literal unicorn, okay? Most of the times, if you buy a chart that's strong like this, right, you end up getting dunked on. And everyone goes, oh, didn't you sell up here and distribute over time? That's usually what ends up happening. Just BNBs are like this, right? So that's what, like, because most people, they're not actually here to make money, as I've told you many times. They're just here to join a movement and to just go green. They just want their portfolio direction to go up. So what they will do is, this is just average humans, okay? We will do whatever it takes to join the tribe. Yeah. Whereas I don't care about, up direction, down direction. I don't care about that. I'm looking for asymmetry. I'm looking for the elephant, okay? I'm looking for, you got an elephant gun, but it's one of the evil red-eyed demon tusk elephants, not those cute baby elephants that we love, friends. Not those cute ones, okay? You're looking for elephants. You got an elephant gun. Okay, this one's got flying skulls around it. Probably an elite level boss. Probably drops something good for your armor upgrades. Okay, this type of elephants we're looking for. Evil elephants. So these like big things we're looking for. We're looking for the upside, right? And you're trying to risk one unit. You know, for example, I mean, perfect example when we come to these. Like, it always comes back to pDAI, bro. It's always like just one example. 400x upside if it goes to $1. 1x downside if it doesn't. By the way, PulseChain and PulseX and Hex are all asymmetric as well. All of them. Okay, they're all asymmetric as well. So obviously, but then the upside is not as high as PulseChain because they don't have as much risk. Yeah, but it's kind of fun. There are some cute people. They said PulseChain's going to do a 500x from here. Look, I love your optimism. I really do. I hope we get that. That's 1.5 trillion. Just letting you know, 1.5 trillion. And we already know the stats. In 8 out of 9 coins I showed, made data. I went and checked it. In 8 out of 9 instances, coins topped out near the $100 billion market cap first time. Around there. The one that broke it was Bitcoin. Bitcoin went from 100 to 300 billion. It was in 2017. So it hit 6K. Yeah, that was about 100 billion market cap. Then it went to 20K. Then to 300. Then it came back and crashed all the way back down anyway. Okay. So you have so basically there are 0 altcoin examples. There's only one example and it's Bitcoin. All right. So, and by the way, that hit a 3x. So I hope we get these big numbers, but yeah, you don't have as much risk in those PulseChain core coins. But the beautiful part is you have way more risk, which is good. You want risk. You have way more risk and hence potential upside in PulseChain compared to, you name a coin in the top 100. You name a coin. Okay. You know, Polkadot, Chainlink, all of these, we're not thinking about a 30 or 50x in these, not even anywhere close, right? Everyone's there ready to G at 10x. Actually, way less than that, to be honest. In all those coins, everyone's ready to G at like a 5x. So where to from here, baby dolls? Remember, Ethereum, 2,700, 2,800, still cranking on through. Ethereum's ready to go. The business cycle is probably going to tick up with it. That's pretty much what we're waiting to see. And then we have the Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance still stubbornly high, but You know, all eyes on meth. Can meth deliver? I guess we'll find out soon. Like, subscribe, catch you soon.